The son of Deputy William Petrie remembers his father while the community honors him as the 2022 Deputy of the Year. And a new recovery program is taking off in Letcher County. What officials say the new pilot program can offer folks in recovery.
Plus, feeling a little closer to what early January should feel like around the region. The latest breakdown on how long this lasts coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts right now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Today, the Floyd County Sheriff's Office displayed two new banners, one recognizing Sheriff John Hunt as the Sheriff of the Year, the other memorializing one of the heroes killed during the Allen ambush. William Petrie was named Deputy of the Year for 2022. WYMT's Buddy Forbes spoke to his son about the end-of-year honor and his lifelong legacy.
I feel like his whole life he's always tried to help people, and I feel like that's been his main goal.
During the Allen ambush last year, William Petrie died a hero.
He always wanted to make this place, he always wanted to make Floyd County a better place, and I feel like he did that.
The firefighter, sheriff's deputy, and retired state trooper is remembered for a lot of things, but father was one of his most important titles.
He's pushed me so hard to be such a good person and do what I can, and he's always told me that I can do what I want, and I just got to try hard at it, and he's always believed in me, so him being there and doing what he's done really pushes me.
Which is why, after being recognized as Deputy of the Year by the Kentucky Sheriff's Association, the department he served wanted to get the award home to the family he loved.
I wish he would have been able to see it, because I feel like while he was here, he didn't really see how many people truly supported him and truly supported police officers around here. But now I see it, my mom sees it.
Now, with the award in his hands, Chase Petrie says he has big shoes to fill.
I probably won't be able to live up to him, but I'm gonna try my best.
Living the rest of his years in honor of the Deputy of the Year. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, Chase just completed his first semester of college. He's on the president's list and far ahead on his hours thanks to credits he earned in high school. But he says it's been hard without his dad, but he plans to keep pushing forward to make Petrie proud.
A few clouds continue to push through the mountains at this hour as we continue to cool off past sunset out there this evening. Here's a look outside from UVA-wise. Still some sunlight out there as we cross the 6 o'clock hour, but still plenty of clouds moving in as well. 43, one of our cooler spots there in Southwest Virginia. Well, the camera's black and white. We're past Sunset and Slade, upper 40s along the Mountain Parkway right now. Still looking at a couple of 50s hanging in there. Jacksboro and Harlan both at 52, 51 Manchester, 50 in Somerset, and in Jonesville. Everybody else dipping into the 40s, and we'll continue to see those temperatures drop past sunset. A couple of showers can't be ruled out toward the I-64 corridor over the next couple of hours, but many of us, just a few clouds out there tonight, down into the low to mid 30s. For those overnight lows, 10% chance of just a stray sprinkle or flurry. Details on highs a little closer to where they should be this time of year. It's in a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. A pilot program passed last year by the General Assembly is now in use in one eastern Kentucky county. House Bill 90 introduced the initiative. WYMT's Dakota Makris shows us how Letcher County is carrying out the program.
The Behavioral Health Conditional Dismissal Pilot Program began October 1st, 2022.
So the dismissal program will allow people with substance use disorders, behavioral health issues, mental health disorders to get treatment in lieu of incarceration.
A person who is charged with a nonviolent crime must complete the program of mental health treatment along with vocational counseling and training before their charges are dropped.
People who gain access to treatment in lieu of incarceration generally will succeed, and they will give back to that community in which they're from. No longer are they a drain on our economy and on our communities, that now they're contributors. They become parents and loved ones and family members.
Letcher County District Judge Kevin Mullins is one of the driving forces behind the program's introduction into the county.
In Kentucky, we've learned over the years that an attempt to incarcerate our way out of these problems, to just send people to county jails or to the state prison system just simply didn't work, and the reason we knew it didn't work was because often upon release they would return to jail.
Judge Mullins says Letcher County can be the example to the rest of the state. He says education and determination helped them introduce the pilot program.
What I hope for is in 5 years, or even sooner than 5 years, that treatment goes to a much more family approach.
Hoping that family approach turns lives around. In Letcher County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
Letcher County's pilot program officially started on January 1st. 9 students were on a Head Start bus this morning when it crashed. Middle Kentucky CAP Head Start Director Chris Holliday said the exact cause of the crash in Wolfe County is not known, but there were no other vehicles involved. He told us that no children had major injuries and they were all transported by their parents from the scene. The crash happened this morning between 8 and 8:30 on Landsaw Road. We hope to have more on this tonight at 11. Magoffin County is facing a second lawsuit after a school bus crash in December. 18 students and the driver were hospitalized in that incident. The first lawsuit was filed late last month. A student and 2 parents have filed the second suit. They say the district and the bus driver were negligent. One southeastern Kentucky city is looking for the right person to add to its police force. Officials with the city of Everett in Harlan County posted on its Facebook page they are accepting applications and resumes for an interim police chief. The post says the candidate must be police academy trained and the position will start out at $16 an hour. If you are interested, you're encouraged to pick up an application at Everett City Hall Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. One Pulaski County woman is facing charges after police discovered she was selling drugs out of her home. On Tuesday, deputies served a search warrant at a home on Farmer Road. During the search, they found meth, digital scales, and baggies. Police also found several people in the home at the time, including the homeowner, 42-year-old Amanda Eden of Somerset. We are told the drugs were found inside her bedroom. Eden was arrested and charged with trafficking in a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. Kentucky State Police arrested a Greenup County man on allegations of sexual abuse. Troopers say Justin McDowell is charged with second-degree rape and incest. McDowell was arrested at a home in Ashland on January 4th. Investigators say when they tried to arrest McDowell, a brief altercation ensued and he showed a knife to troopers. McDowell was taken to King's Daughters Medical Center and then to the Boyd County Detention Center. Law enforcement officials are launching a program aimed at increasing seatbelt use in eastern Kentucky. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox details how police plan to implement that initiative.
Kentucky Transportation Cabinet research shows over 10% of Kentuckians getting behind the wheel do not wear a seatbelt. Those numbers have led to scary consequences, especially in Perry County.
Year after year, Perry County has ranked in the top of Kentucky per capita for unbelted deaths. This is something that we must change.
The numbers only increase on rural roads, where 65% of deaths occurred in 2021, and Sheriff Joe Ingles says that has only grown since he took office.
That year alone, we had in Perry County 20 traffic fatalities, and I think every one of those was unbelted.
In response, law enforcement officials are launching the High Five Rural Traffic Safety Program with an educating purpose.
It's imperative that we educate our motoring public on the importance of buckling up each and every time they get in a vehicle.
That can be anything from programs to routine traffic stops.
Nobody likes getting pulled over by a law enforcement officer. That's no surprise. But this program is going to allow us, during every traffic stop, to have an opportunity to educate and interact with members of this community.
Possible programs and events also include educating children before they get behind the wheel on an everyday basis. In Hazard, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Law enforcement officials say wearing a seatbelt is the most effective way to reduce deaths and injuries in car accidents. More good news tonight for the Letcher County school system. Whitesburg Middle School students will be back in their building beginning on Monday. Officials made the announcement on social media today. Students from Whitesburg Middle have been sharing a building with Cowan Elementary since the late July flood. Well, we want to remind you about the WYMT blood drive that's happening tomorrow afternoon. The Kentucky Blood Center Bloodmobile will be parked outside the station from 3 until 7 p.m. You can see the address right there on your screen here in Hazard. All donors will receive a KBC hoodie while supplies last. You're going to need those hoodies the next few days, too.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. Still more temperate than last year's. More showers in the forecast for the weekend, but Drive for the Blood Drive means what that means for our cooler temperatures coming up. Plus,
Kentucky lawmakers are trying to advance a bill that can lower the state income tax, but triggers have already caused the rate to drop. And several candidates filed their official paperwork to run for governor today.